Well, hello people, and welcome back to another episode of City Showcase. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we are looking at the city of Narindus by Skylines Timelapse, which is a vanilla quality of life build. Only forest brush and 81 tiles have been used here. And in his submission, he says that countryside is his strength, and this stands true. This city is home to some of the best vanilla countryside detailing I've ever seen in my 10 years playing this game, and there's lots of fun things to show here in the city as well. And don't forget, if you want your city to feature in the next episode, fill out the Google form linked in the video description, and it could very well be your city on the next episode of City Showcase. Let's get stuck into this one, shall we? I always love a CS1 vanilla build. So before you ask, no, I do not know the map name. It was not left in the submission. It's not, oh no, you know what? I think I do recognize it. This is an official base game map, isn't it? It's just clicked. Hold on. I know what this is. I do know what this is. This is a mass transit map, I'm almost sure. No, is it base game? I do know this. I promise you I do. I'm pretty sure it's something cliffs or bay. I'm almost certain it is. Yeah, it's cliffside bay, isn't it? It is. It's a base game map. Wonderful. I love that. I love that it's a base game map. I knew I recognized it. I loaded into it, I was like, nah, I don't know what this is, and then that angle right there, I was like, yep, I know what that is, that's hilarious. Yes, Cliffside Bay, a base game map at that as well. So he said in his submission that countryside is his strength, so why don't we start in the countryside, right? There's networks all over the map here, so let's start in the deep country over here. Let's see what's going on. So this is all placed here, isn't it? We've got farming buildings placed out here, actually. Have a little look at these. All of them are turned off. The city is also unlimited money, unlimited resources, so I imagine they're turned off to not attract the traffic, right? If you're not playing with any simulation at all, which is fine. I appreciate a creative mode build. But so yeah, there's all sorts of stuff out here. Little farm installations took this far out, right on the map edge too. I would have claimed this area as sort of unbuildable terrain, you know, but you built on it. Even down here towards the highway, we've got a little farm installation, a flour mill. Such a creative way to use the Industries DLC, that. Really love that, actually. And then we come to a national highway road here. This is the outside connection, isn't it? Absolutely is, where there's also train and further national roads. Switch backing up here to more farmland. Look at this. Look at that field palette, that's gorgeous. I'm 100% stealing that. That's a great way to just overgrow fields, isn't it? It's actually very similar to the build guide overgrown palette. But I wouldn't have ever really used it for filling fields like that, I don't think, but that's really nice. I really like that. I've seen that a few times actually. Now in City Showcase, the very dense, roady, overgrown, long grass vibe really works, doesn't it? And there's even more up here, right? We got rocks, tons. By the way, can I just say how much I appreciate the Palavan Pine spam? Isn't that wonderful? Like, I would never have done that, but like really dense Palavan Pine with lots of spruce and conifer tree is very nice. I really like it. Great forest, you know? if I can say that. You have great forest. Really does. Wonderful. And so I love how these networks snake through the valleys, right? What a gorgeous map. Cliffside Bay from the base game, everyone. What a build. I'm already really enjoying this. There's some homes here. On the little parallel road one, we've got some train tracks out here as well. But we'll also come into a train station. And then we have a bridge coming over the rails. Also got a pedestrian pathway here, so it's a cycle path. It hooks into the town over here as well. Very nice. Very cool. Really nice network work. I love the tree lines, the crisscrossing layers. The train police won't be happy with that though. I won't show that too much. Beyond that, it's very nice with the layering. This is really sweet. So I want to try to ease out that train bridge a little bit perhaps. Perhaps swing it round. You've got the room to bring it in there. But it's very nice. But yeah, definitely train, please don't look. I love that. Brilliant. Amazing, there it goes. So this is a big elevated system. Train interchange here, big T junction with the trains. And then we come across a little highway side build here, which is an expansion of the cemetery. That's so nice. That is gorgeous. Look at that. Detailed dirt pathways, expanded cemetery. I'm sure there's some prop you could probably use as headstones as well, isn't there? I'm sure there's probably something you can repurpose. A really nice expansion to the vanilla cemetery, that. Very tasteful. Really like that. And then we're coming into civilization here, so let's kind of swim back around into the country. We'll save the dense city centre for coming out of the countryside here. Let's follow this dirt pathway up. I'm coming into little houses out here. That's like a little 1x1 house, a little 3x3 house at least. Just out here in the country. That's amazing. That's so nice. Power lines running. I love seeing power infrastructure. It's like one of my, I guess, a guilty pleasure in cities. Skylines 1 or 2. Like if you're gonna put power lines spanning the countryside, I absolutely love it. It's a very cool city aesthetic, isn't it? Very realistic, I feel like. Then all these snaking highways, right? There's so many different things to discover through here. There's more little houses over here with their own silos. Like, oh, that's such a good choice of assets. See exactly what you're doing there. That's so nice. That's so good, isn't it? Look at that. Like, for vanilla, that's so creative. Bravo. Bravo, Skylapse Timelines. Which is a very difficult name to say, by the way. We've also got some little rocks tucked in here too. Lots more of those dense roady fields, more silos just out with another little house next door to them. Goodness me. Oh, that's part of the asset, isn't it? Still though, amazing. Hidden silos are amazing in the countryside, aren't they? And this swings us back down to more over here, where again, yeah, there's just more of them. Really, really sweet. Just these little farm installations in the forest, right? It's such a powerful aesthetic, that, isn't it? Just visually for your countryside alone. These little clearances of agriculture. Very, very nice. Super creative way to use just the vanilla plants and assets to a really, really incredible degree. Super nice. It's just fun to look at from the sky, isn't it? Like, look at that. Yes, please. And a tremendous view back to your city centre from here as well. Over this way, we see more of those clearings. I love this. I love the power line coming out to it. God, don't you wish that was a little power pole? I bet you wish that as well, don't you? you can download one custom asset for that, I think. just get the power pole. And this is tiles, isn't it? It is. It's one of the plazas and promenades tiles. It's very bright, isn't it? Goodness. But yeah, you know, from the right angle, it absolutely looks like a field, doesn't it? Almost like plastic down. You see that do a lot near the crops near me. Actually, they lay kind of plastic over them, I guess, to create a bit of a greenhouse effect. It almost looks like that. Very nice. Super creative again, right? Is that today's video? The most creative, one of the most creative vanilla builds we've ever seen? I think certainly the countryside is, isn't it? The best vanilla countryside ever. In Cities 1 Vanilla. I think it's worthy of that title. It's so nice. There's nature reserve assets in here as well, complete with props. With wonderful mountain views. Look at that. I love how it's so densely forested as well. Having visited Finland last year, I can certainly see your inspiration. There's just lots of never-ending dense pine forest pretty much everywhere, isn't there? Once you leave Helsinki. So I can certainly see it. Great viewpoint here, right on the cliff edge. We can look out some very busy shipping lanes and some birch islands down here. They are indeed birch islands. There's park area here. Got people fishing out on this little island. These huge cliffs. Fantastic. With lots of dense birch forest. I wonder if there's a particular choice behind this, maybe, I wonder. With the forest here. Very nice though. And then I don't think there's anything else out on the coastline here we're missing, is there? Don't think I've passed by anything. Let's head back onto the cliff top then, where we're coming across our first town having leaving this farmstead. Through more of this again, love seeing the power infrastructure, right? See that cutting through the forest? So cute, that. Absolutely love it. More of those decals as well, which are loading in with the level of detail, so you have to bear with them, but beyond that, I really like it. Also one of the most creative use of tiles we've seen as well, right? So we're coming across a town here, so let's have a look what's going on. Again, ignore things being turned off. I'm guessing he just doesn't want any simulation with that, so that's why it's all turned off here. But beyond that, we have Yla Fleming Spy, which I guess is going to be a lot of very Finnish sounding words, isn't it? Which I'm not going to be able to pronounce. But look at that, isn't that wonderful? I'm drawn immediately to this parkway where he's used the stone arches as a gate there. Lots of great prop work in the centre, fountains, benches, planters, botanical gardens. Plugged in appropriately with the right road, so there's no massive concrete road through the park. I love that. That's so nice. That's such a nice vanilla expansion. All of that is vanilla as well. Obviously, you need Find It to get the props, but the props are vanilla. Why they never came, right? Never knew. Just really sweet. All vanilla as well, right? This is all park life and prop stuff. This is fantastic. Hedge maze. My beating heart, my word. I love it. I absolutely love a hedge maze. Got lost in one once. Terrifying experience. But I love them in CS. And then look at the terrain he's building on here as well, right? And this is up and down like hell. That is difficult vanilla building, but it looks immaculate, doesn't it? Super good. Down here we've got a massive ruins project. I'm not sure if this is coming with the map or if this is placed. He didn't mention Find It, so it must be map ruins, I think. It looks like he has decorated it himself, hasn't he? With the pathways through here. Brilliant build. Great use of what comes with the map, I'm assuming that. With the European street market next door, which is not an asset I ever would have expected to see here. Let's have a look what's going on this way. So it just comes out into a chessboard here, wider park space. A little bit of camping. Up there as well before those little agriculture clearances start coming back in. I'm going to start doing this. I absolutely love this. This has been my inspiration from this city showcase, right? This is gorgeous. Yeah, so European street market through here. Certainly an asset I usually associate more with higher density. But you've not done a bad job of blending it in here. I like it there within that. So we all kind of almost what we did recently in Rannoch actually, you know, kind of building up that spire tower as a bit of an eye draw for the town. That kind of functions very similarly there as well, doesn't it? I do like it there. A tax office town centre always sells me, my word. Look at that. Look at that. Immaculate tile work. Goodness gracious. Wowzers trousers, everyone. This build's blowing me away. I love it. Services on the corners. Great corner assets again too, right? The impact that asset selection has to not let those disgusting surviving Mars assets be part of your town centre. Enormous difference it makes in vanilla, my god. And then the props in the middle. Great eatery layout. Super dense. Love the tables. Little food market. School opposite. Perfectly placed corner assets. Love it. Love it. Absolutely adore that. Fantastic. And that brings us up to some fields and eldercare on the top of town here with a really nice use of vanilla housing as well. This is a wonderful town which then spills back down the countryside. Or back down the hillside with countryside, I should say. With a little rural kind of trailer park looking settlement here too, just down the road here. Got European Suburbia top of the hill there. These guys must have great views as well, right? Look at that. Power lines going right down the hillside there. Down some really interesting farmland there. Wonder what that is down there. Doesn't that look fun? Again, like, how cool use of trees is this? Incredible. Incredible. And then back into more of this countryside vibes, right? I love the kind of grass palette you've gone for, if you'd like, against the country road. You've also gone with industrial road as well for a national road, which is quite an interesting choice. Oh, I just noticed that. But it works. I like it. That's going to have a different light at night as well, isn't it? Yeah, it'll be the orange right through the city there. Look at that vista. Isn't that gorgeous? Little round of applause, everyone, for what is already one of the best vanilla builds we've seen on the channel. Fantastic. This comes down all through the hillside into more settlements, or more farmhouses rather. More decals being used here as well. Which one's that? And then that's the mid-century modern sand decal, isn't it, I think? I played too much City Skylines, man. It's so sad that I know that. Pretty sure this is the grass one from that same pack as well, isn't it? How pathetic. Either way, through here, more wonderful fields. More decal work. And yeah, countryside is absolutely your strength. You are fully aware of that. It is incredible. Lots of field expansions here with the farm fields, right? It's got the crops. And then blended that out on the edge with just placed apple and orange trees. To create very dense grovage. Love how the road curves through it as well. That adds quite a lot to the build, that doesn't it? It's not just straight, because these are all very boxy assets, of course. Lovely stuff. Really like that. And then that accumulates to another silo and barn configuration at the top, which I'm guessing is all turned off again, is it? You mustn't just not want the traffic with them, right? I'm assuming that's why it's all turned off. Right, then parking next to a hotel. Is this actually meeting its demands? Yeah, it's 75% approval, so that's not bad at all, really. Just sightseeing. Yeah, it's not a bad countryside hotel then, really, is it? We've got the parks opposite that again. Grounds of the hotel. Sports and rec. Camping. This is a really nice resort you've got built up here. All accumulates with a little pond at the top as well. It's cabins. They're definitely some kind of holiday resort, this, I think, isn't it? Probably. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Finnish is a horrifically difficult language for the English tongue, I assure you. After my time visiting there. Yes, wonderful. Great little hillside countryside, isn't it? And then it all just continues, never ending, wonderful designs. It's all different, marked out field boundaries. I adore it. I could stare at it forever. It's very satisfying to look at, isn't it? Simply superb. This way, more of it as well before we start to arrive into these fields, which is just a tree palette change, isn't it? I think you just literally changed the shade of green there, haven't you? But goodness gracious, does that have a big visual impact on your map, doesn't it? That sudden change of tree palette. He's even blended it out as well. Is this, I wonder if this is supposed to indicate younger trees, maybe less developed, you know, almost like they've been replanted, like a reforestation effort. That's kind of what it looks like here. It's littered with rocks, real different, kind of like, almost looks like a different map now, doesn't it? Like, really cool, really cool. Nah, kind of thins out a little bit there, like crazy countryside detail. It really is. Some of the best, I think. And the shops has offered some services here. Looks like we've got some tanks, train station as well, cargo line here. With some oil and power knocking about too. Do we want to continue? We'll start the civilization crawl here into the town. Let's continue along the coastlines here where we can see one of the oil mining. This is the oil mining things, I think, isn't it? Or is it the sea power plant, this one? Yeah, it's the ocean power plant. I always get confused between the oil mining rig. Here, this also looks fantastic, doesn't it? I'm sure we're all coming away very inspired from the country designs we've seen today. I certainly am. I feel like I could add a lot of this to Rannoch's countryside, you know. And it's a really nice way of just slowly boosting your demand, you know. You can get people living out here when you've got all these little houses scattered. You can fill a big space with a very small population. Like, this is only 37,000 people, this city. Up here we've got a poop river, which flows all the way through. Where's this going? Oh, it's a big poop river all the way down, isn't it? Okay, but I'm guessing, you know, you're using it as waterfall, aren't you? It definitely just looks like water, doesn't it? I actually wonder if there's a bit of a... Is there a change in colour at some point as it hits the water here? I think all that must be technically pollution then, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a thing clearing it there, isn't there, as it comes out? Is it not bothering citizens? I guess it's all industry, isn't it? There is, I guess, yeah, they're further enough away to not care about that, aren't they? Interesting, yeah. It's a real terraforming project you brought through here, isn't it? Yeah, Poop River with lots more countryside in between, of course. And then we come across a little hamlet here. Let's have a look at this. A little building here. He also said as well that every plopped building in the city, I think, has had a name given to it. What's that? Very nice. That again. Sandy cargo. Actually looks better when the level of detail pops off there. It makes it look like ploughed. Bloody, what's it called? Like just like a grain field, that, doesn't it? Very cool. And then a real farming community bustles through this space. There's churches, industry embedded right near the houses. And then lots more fields. So nice. Just, I'm just so blown away. It's one of the best country builds I've seen. It really is. And a lot of the map is country as well, you know, if you're going to take the perspective there again. You know, there's enormous amounts of countryside work gone into this city here. Tunnel brings the road down through some rather nasty terrain. It's pretty steep around here, isn't it? Definitely one of the more prominent features of Cliffside Bay, isn't it, the cliffs? And then this really brings us down now into civilization as we pass by lots more farm installations of very different size and scale. Got those bridges down this valley as well where the Poop River passes over. Very nice. Forestry working in this area as well, it would seem. A little bit of terrain jack there, but can't be helped, can it? Vanilla loves terrain jack. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. So let's pick up with the National Road, shall we? Let's come over here. Over to this big clear area where we found the resources, and then begin to crawl through his civilization, where there's lots of green cities into our first town. Again, there's even some European stuff in here too, which is always difficult to use in vanilla, isn't it? But I really love your green cities suburb here. Love the dirt road layouts. It's actually very nice with green cities, isn't it? Dirt roads. You know, some nice tree line road through here as well. Lovely rock park. Great little suburb feature, that, isn't it? Very nice. In the town centre, made up of services. There's even some mid-century modern stuff in here as well. Alongside green cities, which is always such a good combination, isn't it? I really like it. I wonder if you even... Are you using them as pools? You are, aren't you? I'm pretty sure that's what you're trying to achieve there, isn't it? Where is this district? Mid-century modern? Do any of the residential here? There is. I feel like you've gone with that residential to kind of expand the community pool asset. And if that is your choice there, that is amazing. That is so good for creating like a wider community pool aesthetic, isn't it? Putting these houses around them. I really hope that's what you've done there. If you haven't and that's an accident, I'm stealing that. That's brilliant. I really like how that looks. There's a lot of sort of powerful visual aesthetics in the city, isn't there? With the assets and the forests that we've seen so far. 240 on the train lines. Let's get a bit of an idea of the civilization. We've got 2,300, 1,800. And we've also got 84% traffic flow as well, which is very nice indeed. What a really cute town, right? Then this spans into more, look at that again. Just more of that amazing countryside work. That's incredible. That might be today's thumbnail, actually, you know. We'll see. It's going to be a tough thumbnail today, I think. Not sure what I'm going to choose. Over here, we come into a big industrial plant. We've got water treatment. We've got a golf course here, I'm guessing that is. Could possibly just be park space. Very Battersea Power Station vibes, actually, that, isn't it? Just kind of memorialising the old factory, turning it into a park. With the Statue of Industry. Very creative. And then you've kind of got the new modern giga plant across the road, right? Really nice combination of assets here to just create some industrial vibes. We see some trams moving through here as well. Very interesting. Where are you going? Tram line, I wonder. You're just heading back into town, are you? You are. We'll get to you eventually. But another fun little industrial section here. There's some really mental stuff happening over here, isn't there? Goodness me, what is this? This is a crazy network. Let's just figure out what's happening here. So we've got kind of a 4-way national road interchange. Which is very dramatic, isn't it? Look at this all through the forest. With some very steep pathways here as well, goodness gracious. Halves of steel walking up them, wouldn't you? But it's creative, I love it. This brings us back to the cemetery right earlier. I didn't even notice that earlier when we were checking out the cemetery. Anyway, we can see just some basic slip interchanges here. And then this takes us into another little industrial area across the highway. Yeah, aren't they just... You have something about your build style here. I'm not sure what it is. But it makes it look very realistic. You have a very... almost distinctive style of placing the assets, you know? Like, considering there's no move it here, do you know what I mean? Like, I hope I'm describing that right. I'm almost finding it hard to describe, actually. I kind of feel like... I feel like this has had move it, you know? Everything just looks so nicely positioned and perfect. But it's not, it's vanilla. Which makes it just so much more impressive in my eyes, you know, when you don't have those tools available, you can still make something that looks this good. Big old mall and park in here, I like this. I love a kind of a big American mall vibe, lots of car parking and big shops, bowling hours, etc. Very cool, another train station here as well. For the train lines. really kick off over here, don't they? Yeah, the train police will be furious with you for this one. This is possibly some of the biggest train events we've seen, actually. But you know, don't tell them. It's fine. Train police, I'm sorry. Beyond that, it's incredible. Look at this crazy pathway as well. Where is this going? Up and down. Does this head back into town, does it? It does indeed. Stopping with this this big couplet. Well, it's kind of a path couplet with a road in the middle, isn't it? I really like that. That's a very nice visual. It goes all the way through the town there as well, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Again, like, it's the visual impact of the build, isn't it? As much as the actual build itself. I'm really kind of noticing that with this, say. The suburbs here, where we also see a campus. This looks very workers and resources over here, doesn't it? Goodness me. I love the campus assets. Always happy to see them here. Again, that's a really creative use of campus. Just dorms and one unique. Like, I love that little satellite there. Such a nice feature for a suburb, that, isn't it? Just gorgeous. I really like it. Really like it. Where are we here? Let's not get lost. Let's check out this suburb. Here we have excellent execution of European suburbia. We've got that path and tree line pattern running again, which is a really nice bit of landscaping for the city, isn't it? Bringing us down into this couplet system we were looking at a moment ago. There's metro over there as well. Those are the vanilla houses I'm talking about. Those little 5 ones there, the ones that look like they're made from Lego. I can't stand these ones, you know. But beyond that, nice busy metro. And a really nice sprawl as you begin to start to look towards the city centre here, don't we? I love how you've got industry embedded in the suburb here as well. Very impactful. And even some more of that European zoning appearing here again too. Around this space. Very tightly tree lined, isn't it? Very tree spicy through here. And then this all just peels away. There's unique buildings. The sprawl is nice, isn't it? You get an idea of the road hierarchy here. It's really sweet. Very well laid out. You know exactly what you're doing here, don't you? This is really nice. Super gorgeous roads. The trains might need a little bit of work. I'm sure the train police will probably say, but I'm not one to judge. I too am wanted by the train police. Join the club. Lovely little slip interchange here as well. Wouldn't expect any major traffic at 37,000 population anyway, but everything is just very smooth, isn't it? So just this huge sprawl of European suburbia before we come to our first high-rise district, really. As all this suburbia pans out, there's parks in here too. Excellent use of park life. And over here we have our first towers, which is all made up of green cities and some vanilla commercial, I think. Is indeed, with mass repetition of these. Is this supposed to be perhaps a build or something? Does it have a particular name, maybe? Wondering if there is a design aesthetic behind here. Or maybe just wanted to use all 1x1 zonings, maybe. That's it. Yeah, 1x1, 1x2, isn't it, pretty much? It sits in front of a little mini skyline here, which has track and field. Really nice view, that, isn't it? That's actually a really nice little sort of down to the ground perspective, isn't it, there? That's really nice. Love that. That's cute. Take a little screenshot of that, actually. That's just giving me an idea for Spice of the Month theme in the Discord, actually. Our monthly build-off, which you can join in the Discord down below if you're not part of, by the way. And then we've got a really nice little city centre plaza here amongst all these towers as well. Repetition of Paradox Plaza and the picnic one. Very nice. And then we have a mid-century modern kicking back over here again. Super. There's so many trees, isn't there? It's a super green, leafy city. Almost like it's been purposely built to be kind of like green cities, you know? I feel like if the whole city was green cities, and you went with just tree-lined roads and dense forest everywhere, you could create like a really visually impactful green cities city, right? I think that'd be pretty cool. Down here, we have more of this couplet road as we come back into vanilla housing. Coming back to these industrial areas we were looking at a moment ago. We have more campus stuff next to the highway interchange here, which is just a basic clover system, isn't it? Isn't it? With some more really nice detailing. That is gorgeous. Detailed campuses, yes please. 100% my bag. Little infinity sign there as well. Great landscaping. Love to see stuff like that. A lovely little campus with a centralized ceremony graduation hall. And lots of green space in the campus as well, which I always really appreciate. It's nicely spaced, you know. And you have a way of placing assets that just looks so natural, so realistic, I think. Wonderful stuff. Got big, thick train lines going in there, haven't we? Holy smokes. Holy smokes, this is a lot of trains. There's a lot of plants here as well. I can feel my frames. My frames took a hit then. You guys probably felt that as well, didn't you? That's all the plants, which I'm sure there are many thousands of on screen at the minute. And let's head up into these hills here before we get stuck into more of the city. We've just got some forest up here on the hill, I think. Very nicely laid out, extremely difficult terrain. It's not forestry, is it? It's bloody ore mining. What am I talking about? I meant ore mining. What's that? Nicely laid out again. You have a talent not only for countryside, but building on awkward layers too. I've spent a lot of hours in vanilla. I know how difficult it can be without the conveniences of Move It and whatnot. And this brings us back to where we opened the video, where we have these wonderful networks all flowing through the very, very dense forests. And then another little country road here again, introducing us to more of what we see at the start, which will probably bring us back to where we started the video. Yeah, over here. By this section, which rounds us all out. There's also some water towers up here as well. A lot of them all together. Yeah, with those power lines. Again, look at that, isn't that so cool? Like, you know, man has been through and ripped the forest out for the power infrastructure. It's just such a realistic visual. I really love power lines in vanilla. Probably some of the best power line work I've seen in vanilla actually this city too. Very complimentary. It's very nice. We then let's follow these train lines, right? We're coming into just sort of generally where we've been here. So we got this big national road. This is where the two roads the map starts with here. So everything kind of out here has been its own roads, right? And really nice. So we'll come into this city centre, into the train lines. We've got lots of redwood. And then we have, is that monorail? That is monorail. Oh my word. That's one of the coolest fucking things I've ever seen. That's amazing. Look at that. Oh man. That's so cool. Holy crap. That is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in unmodded city skylines. That is incredible. A custom roller coaster using the one-way monorail track. And it goes across the whole park as well. That's so friggin' cool, man. I'm so jealous of that. That is amazing. How have I never thought to do that before? That is just simply awe-inspiring, isn't it? Absolutely love that. By far and away one of the coolest things I've ever seen in vanilla. Amazing, look at that. We're gonna go down the ramp. Holy smokes. Yes please everyone. Yes please for City Showcase. Absolutely love this. So this brings us to an amusement park, if you couldn't tell. Which is littered with amusement park assets and city park stuff as well. Custom monorail roller coaster is by far one of the best things I think I've ever seen. That's going to take some beating, that, you know, mental. Big European districts all the way around here as well, with more of that dorm repetition also kicking in. I love the convergence of rail here into the central station. Isn't that really cool? Coming down into hopefully a busy station, a very busy station. Yes please everyone. Look at that, how many train lines do we have coming in here? Is it all intercity? No, it's all passenger lines. Guessing this one here is intercity, is it? Yeah, they're leaving the city out there. But very nice. How much use do we get in a week here? Let's have a little look. 1,113. Very nice indeed. And with a wonderful little frontage. Pedestrianisation immediately into the European city centre. With the sightseeing bus depot, I think that is, isn't it? Is it? I'm pretty sure. Let me check. I can't tell. Yeah, it is, yeah. Sightseeing buses, yeah, that's fine. Those are the ones. And then the intercity bus station is here. There's a wonderful little stadium frontage for one of my favourite assets in the game, actually. I love the end station from Mass Transit, I think, isn't it, that one? If my memory serves me. This wonderful little European city centre is all pedestrianised with blocky European zoning. Best way to use it, in my opinion, in vanilla this stuff, you know. Blocks of this give you a very kind of Barcelona vibe. Lovely stuff. Love being down in the European streets there. And then beyond that, we kick back into the countryside with some outer lying suburbia as we begin to approach really what is the city centre. Again, I love the design here. Super purposeful landscaping pathways against those cycling roads. Yes, please, everyone. Love that. Absolutely gorgeous. And then we come into city centre here, which is made up of Financial Districts DLC. Which is the first time I've ever seen that, I have to admit. With... That's one of the banks, isn't it, I think? Pretty sure that asset there. Yeah, it is a bank. Interesting. I like it. It kind of works, doesn't it? as much as I hate this. You know, so someone actually posted in the Discord the other day a picture of this. In real life, like this happens. It was actually quite sickening. And again, come and join the Discord. But yeah, I like the Financial Districts DLC skyline. It strangely works. It wouldn't have been my choice for downtown skyline assets, but you know what? I've never seen anyone do this before. It's nice. Let's get on the streets. Let's get a sense of how this really works, you know. Like, this asset here is gorgeous. It's what's above it that I hate. But you know what? On the street level, it works. There's fire over there as well. Goodness gracious. Yeah, okay. I can probably get away with this, I think. On the ground, it's actually really nice, isn't it? There's lots of stairs on them, which we spoke about how powerful stairs are for a city visual before. But on the street level, the Financial Districts DLC, it really sings, doesn't it? Because it's all stone and stairs and column, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? They're very nice assets on the floor. So just don't look up. that is fine. Perfect. So really nice city centre. One of the more unique city centres I've seen as well, with an absolute cruise orgy in the harbour. It's so stupid, that, isn't it? God, I wish they fixed that. I once proposed to Colossal Order that they just increase the capacity of these ships, just so they could all come in at once. And it was just not responded to. So, well, apparently this is a better solution, right? It's one of the worst things about CS vanilla this. You can use, can't remember what mod it is. Editing, I will leave it up on screen to fix this problem. Is it optimized outside connections? I think the mod that fixes this problem, by the way, if you're not aware. Definitely worth getting it. But it is, however, leading to floods of people all coming into the harbour, immediately joining the pedestrian roads. We've also got the concert venue on the waterfront here as well, with a very high key line here. Although it does fall down. God, they are seriously walking on the edge there, aren't they? Almost balancing in some instances. There they go. And then they're coming down into a little entertainment harbour with lots of the coastal ploppables, a cargo container port over here, very small discrete container port for this city, of course, at only 37k. I guess you wouldn't really expect it to have kind of a massive shipping port, would you? But really cool. Really cool. That European Suburbia takes back over here again. It's just so, again, just get a sense of the networks, right? Even like the paths amongst the roads, you can track them through here. Between buildings, just such a nicely laid out city. Maximising the zonable space here as well with the roads cutting in. Pathwork all around that just to make a super gorgeous walkable city, right? Absolutely incredible. You can see that amusement park over in the distance as well. Gorgeous. And then we've got more pedestrianisation wall to wall through here. He absolutely loves the tree-lined streets, doesn't he? They are everywhere. Which usually I would say, you know, you can go too tree heavy, but I think this has gone so tree heavy, it's gone back to being acceptable again, you know? Even got the Africa bird thing in here as well. Some more, what's it called? Financial district stuff here too. With the stock exchange also tucked in there as well. Super interesting city centre. Definitely one of the more unique I've seen, I think. I've never seen the total financial district reliance before. I'm not sure if you're missing Skyscrapers DLC. I'd definitely recommend it if you are. It's one of the best. I guess if you're going for kind of like a low-rise finished city, maybe this height is pretty much perfectly what you're after, you know? So maybe it's just a height thing he was going for with it. But either way, I love how you've pulled it off. It's blended in with tons of different styles and detailing and awkward terrain. Like you've executed the map and the city extremely well. More great network work through here as well. See all the trams and buses coming from here. Super nice stuff. We're on to a big roundabout here as well, which has got a little bit of detailing on it. I've even used like 4 of each tree in each segment. That's really nice. That's a great little detail. Lovely stuff. And that takes us to a little zoo here, or just a single zoo asset at least. And then links back into that section of mini skyline that we saw earlier. Which I think pretty much covers all the major bases. There's one thing I'm very keen to do, and this is to get a fat look around the city with the nighttime views on, which should look pretty spectacular, I think. Especially keen to see that amusement park with the monorail. Oh, I thought... Oh, yeah, they do, yeah. I was going to say that I thought the monorail lines lit up. They do, yeah. That's really cool, isn't it? Look at that. That's so cool. Take a little screenshot of that. Incredible. So, probably expect this on the thumbnail tomorrow alongside the simply incredible countryside work that lists this map. Thoroughly enjoyed looking around this today. Definitely one of the better vanilla showcases I think we've had in so far. But otherwise, guys, that will do it for today. A massive thank you to Skylapse Timelines for sending this in. I've thoroughly enjoyed exploring your city today, especially the countryside. I've come away super inspired for a lot of Rannoch's countryside now. So certainly expect to see some ideas in our cities from here at some point too. And that custom monorail amusement park is easily one of the best things I've ever seen in my years of playing CS. That really blew me away. Really incredible. Massive shout out to the patrons and YouTube members that support these videos with a roll call to our golden egg patrons: Andrew Perez, Bad Wolfo, Casino, Arius, Lara Roberts, Louis Adlam, Michael W, Phoenix ND, Spartan Angel, Tiana Sannon, and Wesley Kipp. Thank you so much indeed for all that support. If you want to get involved in that, there's early access, podcasts, previews, and a wonderful community to hang out in over on the Patreon if you're interested in getting a little bit more egg in your diet. Check out the instant gaming link as well. Always helps support the channel and has done for years. And keep sending in the city showcases. I absolutely love recording this series, so please keep them coming in. Links below for everything you need. Otherwise, I'll shut up and leave it there. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.